All right, so I think my VCRs or my camera's running. So what we're going to do today is to teach you how to create wealth from your business. So a little play on the words there, first off. And what we are doing is providing you with one of our 14 points of culture, which is a critical non-essential that says education is one of our 14 points, and what we will do is impart usable practical knowledge rather than just theory. Okay? So today we're going to show you the practical side of how to create wealth from your business. And it's critical to take money from your business and create wealth. And we're going to show you 3 easy steps today, and then I have a great offer at the end of the presentation. So first off, can anyone tell me what is the purpose of a business?
Create cash flow.
Okay, good.
Profit.
Create cash flow, positive cash flow, which creates profit. Good. So what do we do with that profit?
Invest in real estate.
Anyone but Michael.
Invest in real estate.
All right. What we do is we create wealth from that profit. Yes, Lori.
Invest in precious metals.
Invest in precious metals.
Can you define wealth for us?
Wealth can be any number of things. Okay, it's your lifestyle, the number of hours you work in your business, the amount of money you've created, the amount of investments you have from that. Everyone's definition of success and wealth is different. Now, what I'm going to show you here is the key to financial independence as part of your wealth. So there's 3 basic steps to creating wealth with your positive cash flow and profits in your business. Anyone but Michael? I'm looking for the 3. Does anyone know what they are?
Why are you picking on Michael?
Because Michael knows all the answers, so he's not allowed to talk.
What was the question again?
What are the 3 steps to creating wealth in your business? Now, if you went to Brad's presentation on Billionaire in Training, you'd know this, or have read any of our materials, or the book Billionaire in Training, which we went through a little while ago. What's the first step?
Become an entrepreneur working in the business, not working in the business, but working on the business.
Right. First off, you got to be a business owner. 70% of the wealthy people in the world own a business. Okay? Now, that also says that 30% of the people who are employed are also financially wealthy.
But not billionaires.
Well, they can be. Okay? But the point being, in the majority of case, you have to be a business owner. 70% of the wealthy people out there are business owners. Okay? So, first off, you got to be a business owner and have positive cash flow in your business. Next step. Next step.
Business plan.
So we need cash.
Yes.
Positive cash flow from your business. What's the next step?
Buy more companies.
Well, not quite yet. That's in there, though. We'll cover that. So you take your money and invest in?
Real estate.
Right. Real estate. Why do we want to invest in real estate? Anyone have any ideas?
It's a lot better than GICs.
What's that?
On average, it doubles every 10 years.
On average, it doubles every 10 years. Absolutely. So that's why you want to invest in real estate. Then, what you do is from the growth of your real estate, you take that money and what do you invest in?
Other companies. Business. Yeah.
Nope. What is
Or
it?
real estate.
No. You can, but it's the 3rd step to the real wealth creation.
Paper assets.
Right. Thank you, Michael. Paper assets such as intellectual property, franchising your operation, writing a book and selling it, creating training DVDs and selling it, that sort of thing. Buying franchise operations, okay? Licensing intellectual property. That's where the real wealth is created, the exponential growth. Now it's interesting, I had a conversation with Brad. I said at I asked him once, I said, at what point does your money grow so much that you can't keep track of it? And he said, well, about 40 million on. And then he revised it by saying, when you bring in more money, when you bring in more money than you can spend. Okay? But he basically said 40 million. And I said, great, how do you get to 40 million? He says, I'll tell you what, get to 10 million first, then I'll tell you how to get to 40. And I said, okay, how do I get to 10? So guess what he said?
Take your cash flow, invest in real estate.
And
Wait for the boom.
wait for the boom. Absolutely. So, how are we going to wait for the boom? Well, the first step is we have to get the cash to invest. And what happens is a lot of times people have just one account in their business, maybe one or two, and they say, whatever I have left over, that's what I'll invest.
There's nothing left.
Okay, but guess what happens? At the end of the year, there usually isn't much left over. And plus you need a buffer for operating capital, etc., right? So, I'll show you the way I've structured my business. I have an operating account, and I have an account for marketing funds, because I have to set that up separately. And I have an account for GST and taxes. And then I have a profit account. And that's the way I set it up. So everything that comes in goes here into the operating account, and all the expenses come out of there. Now I also have to collect every month marketing funds from my coaches. I keep that in a separate account. And I have to audit that differently, so it's just better if it's all kept separately. Okay? And then what I also do, I do a quick GST differential calculation for everything I take in. And the difference I put in here, as well as a portion for taxes every month. So that way, every quarter, number one, I don't get a big surprise where the GST man wants his, $7,000 or $8,000 or more, because it's already sitting in this account and I just take it out. Okay? All right, you're buying today, are you, Brian? All right, lunch is on Brian. Okay? And then, of course, the profit account. Now, what you have to do every single month is take money from your operating account and put it in your profit account. Now, the thing is, what do you put in there? Good question. What I do is I define that certain transactions or certain sales I do always go straight into the profit account. Or also what I do is I take a percentage of my revenue every month, always goes into the profit account. Okay? So like for instance, I collect royalty fees every month, so a certain percentage goes in there. When I make a franchise sale, a certain percentage goes in there. When there's a franchise renewal, a certain amount goes in here. Okay? So I'm always putting money in that account. Now you can do it however you want. You could say 5% of the revenue every month goes in there. You could say 10, 20, whatever number you want. Or you can make it a fixed amount. And let's say you go, gosh, I don't even know if I can do this. Well, you'll find out very quickly that you actually can. So even start by saying, I'll put $100 every month in the profit account, or I'll put $100 every week, and start with that. Okay? And then build it up. That's how I started my first year. I started by doing $100 here, $200 there, that sort of thing. Now I do percentages, because now I've got enough of a good positive cash flow that I know exactly how much I can afford to put in here every month. Because I'm watching my cash flow every single week. So if you're not watching your cash flow every single week, that's something you got to get onto your action coaches about and say, how do I do that? Because you want to be able to start doing this. Because should you be investing all your money in one place in order to create your wealth? No. So how come everybody puts their money in mutual funds in the stock market? And then they cry the woes when the market goes down.
Because we're lazy.
Absolutely.